Okay, so in this video we're going to discuss the difference using GeoGebra between drawing versus constructing a geometric figure. So I've already got the GeoGebra web app pulled up. If you want to follow along, you probably need to have that web app pulled up as well. So if you need help pulling up the web app, refer to the previous videos. So for this video, I'm going to be in the geometry sandbox. So go ahead and click on that and pull that up. And what I want to do is I want an equilateral triangle. So I'm just going to select my polygon tool. Triangle has 3 points. Alright, great. So I have a triangle and it looks pretty close to being an equilateral triangle. Well, I know for an equilateral triangle that all the angles should be exactly the same. But right off the bat, I can see that these angles are not the same. So even though this looks like an equilateral triangle, it's not. Now I could actually select the points and try to manually move it so that all the angles do become the same. But what the difference is between drawing and constructing is I can draw something using pencil and paper, in this case the GeoGebra software. I can draw something that looks like an equilateral triangle, but that is not truly an equilateral triangle. So instead, what I want to do is do what's called construct an equilateral triangle, which is going to have all the properties that an equilateral triangle is supposed to have, and no matter how I distort it, it's going to maintain those properties. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm starting off with a line segment. I'm going to use 2 circles to build my equilateral triangle. Alright, so now there's my 3 points. I'm going to use my polygon tool. And I don't need those circles anymore, so what I want to do is select each circle, and you can right click and unselect show object. It's still there, but it's going to hide it. And also this segment DE. So segment DE that I started with in the beginning, I can hide that. Oops, and I accidentally selected my polygon. So there's my polygon there. So anyways, there's my polygon, and what should happen now is this should be a true equilateral triangle. So I'm going to just check the angles first. Notice that all the angles are 60 degrees. And also what should be true is that all the sides should be the same. That's not what I wanted. All the sides should be the same. So this side is 6.2, this side is 6.2, and this side is 6.2. Where on the other hand, my original triangle that I drew, not constructed, the 3 sides are not the same. Now again, like I just said a few minutes ago, the difference between drawing and constructing. So over here on the left I have a triangle that I drew that I thought was an equilateral triangle. But notice that even though I can get it close to being an equilateral triangle, it never ever truly has those properties. And if somehow I could miraculously make it an equilateral triangle, when I distort these points or change the position of these points, it doesn't maintain those properties. Where on the other hand, when I did a construction using the line segment and 2 circles, I have an equilateral triangle that has the properties maintained no matter what. All the angles are still 60 degrees, and all the side lengths are still the same. So that's the difference between drawing and constructing. No matter how I change the position of this triangle and stretch it out, since it's constructed using properties of geometry, that this triangle is always going to be a true equilateral triangle. So now what I would challenge you to do is to construct a true square and to construct a true right isosceles triangle. So that's going to be our challenge for the week. Okay.